in 4 weeks, I plan to get you through all the basics of 2/1. Depending on how quickly we move, I might add a frill or two on the 4th lesson, but if we don't get there, that's fine. You will have the basics and the foundation of 2/1. As I told some of the early arrivals, a lot of people take one approach to a system or a convention. But the truth is, like religion, there are a lot of paths. And a path is not right or wrong if you and your partner are walking on the same one. But it is important to know what's mainstream. And it's important to know what has a lot of variations, so that if you sit down to play with a new partner and you say, are we playing 2/1? And they say yes, that you know which points to talk to them about to make sure you're on the same wavelength. So as we go through the class, I will try to point out, this is something to discuss with a partner because people play it different ways. Okay, so what is 2/1? Anybody have an opinion?
Now, are you going to go through the book with your lecture, and what page are we on?
We're at an intro.
Okay.
We're at an intro. I don't read the book to you because I think you can read. We will refer to the book when there are some exercises I want you to do, but I have other exercises for you to do and some bidding that I want you to do.
Okay.
What I want you to understand is that 2/1 is based on Standard American. And it has taken a couple of steps further to refine the bidding, to make it more accurate, and to take a lot of the guesswork out of it. You think, oh, it's new. What do you mean guesswork? But it's true that Standard American makes you guess a lot more than 2/1 does. And I read body language, let me tell you, very well. I do. I sense skepticism. I can feel it. I have it from everywhere. I assume we're all on the same page length that we open 5-card majors. We said, well, of course. Well, honey, when I learned, it was a 4-card major system. I mean, that's how long I played bridge. We opened 5-card majors. We basically opened 12-point hands. Yeah. I open 12-point hands. However bad they are, I open them. Everybody doesn't, and that's okay. We open 15 to 17 no trumps. So we're all on the same page as far as our opening bids. It doesn't change with 2/1 at all. 2/1 comes into play when partner opens a diamond, a heart, or a spade, and you decide that your suit needs to be answered. Your suit needs a 2-level answer. For example, if partner opens a club, is there any suit that requires a 2-level answer? No. So 2/1 does not apply over a 1-club opening. Over 1 diamond, what's the only suit that can require a 2-level opening? 2 clubs. And over 1 heart, be two clubs or 2 diamonds. And over 1 spade, 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, or 2 hearts. The point is that if you start out with a club, then you just bid your hand, same as you always have. If you start out with 1 diamond and you bid a natural major, then you're not, 2/1 doesn't apply. You just bid your hand. We don't distort our hands in order to change suits at the 2 level. So when we talk about 2/1 game forcing, what do we mean? That if partner, if responder, changes suits at the 2 level, in Standard American that means what? 10 points. 10 plus points. In 2/1, if partner changes suits at the 2 level, it shows an opening hand. An opening hand. So opening hand, yay. Yeah, is 26 points or close enough for horseshoes and hand grenades, and so we bid a game somewhere. So when we open a major and partner bids 2 clubs, they're asking more about our hand. We can't pass and they can't pass. What does that mean? What advantage is that? We can rebid an old suit to show length. You don't have to worry about a reverse because you're going to game. You said we're going to game. The partner bids 2 clubs over my 1 heart. Okay, so 2/1,
Now, he really has to have 4 clubs to say that, right?
yes.
Okay.
Normally, let's say that partner opens a spade and I bid 2 hearts. What would partner expect?
At least 4, and at least 12 points.
No, these
5.
No,
He would expect 5. Now, we bid 1 heart as a response with 4. But at the 2 level, with a major, we expect 5. I'm not saying there's never a hand you don't lie on, because you know me, I think you can't bid without lying sometime. But 1 spade, 2 hearts should show an opening hand and 5 hearts. Okay? So this hand might say 3 clubs, and this hand would then further describe his hand. If you hear the auction 1 spade, 2 clubs, we use that club suit for all kinds of abuse, don't we? I mean, we use it for staining, we use it for a strong opening, we use clubs for a lot of artificial bids. So it's not uncommon for this bid to show 4. It's not uncommon for this bid to show 4. Over a major, I'll take a little quick poll, and looking around, I'm thinking that some of you do not play Jacoby 2 no trump. Is that right?
Know what it is, but don't always play it.
How many of you do play it? Okay, so in one of our frill classes, I may go over Jacoby 2 no trump. It's a very good bid, but you don't have to play it. I mean, there are other ways to describe a hand and come back and get the game in that suit. It has some advantages, but none that you just can't do without. Okay, so 2/1 is a natural bid, right? I mean, if you bid hearts, you've got hearts. If you bid clubs, you've got clubs. As I said, we fudge with minors, especially clubs, more often than we do with majors. With a major, we usually do have 5 or more. Otherwise, there's probably a better bid to describe our hand. So, do we always, as a responder, have to be playing that it's an opening hand to change suits at the 2 levels? Exceptions. You know, every rule has to have exceptions. 1, if you're a passed hand, can you force the game? Pretty hard. When you're a passed hand, have you limited your hand? Unless you had a king hidden, you don't have 12 points or 13 or whatever your minimum is. So if you were a passed hand, you just revert back to standard American, and it's 10 plus. So if the auction, for example, goes pass, pass, 1 heart, pass, 2 diamonds, that is not a 2/1 auction. It's 10 plus, because she's a passed hand. She has limited her hand. She can't force to game. Another exception is if the opponents interfere. You know, let's say, and that can be a double or a bid. A double or a bid. So, you open a heart double, 2 clubs. It does not promise an opening hand. As a matter of fact, if I've got 10 or more points, I usually redouble. Say, it's our hand. Boy, they get in it, we're gonna punish them, right? We're either gonna play the hand or we're gonna double. Because you open, I have more than 10 points, it's our hand. We have the majority of the points. So if the opponents bid, one heart, one spade, 2 clubs, it is not a 2/1 auction. So those are 2 exceptions for it being a 2/1 bid when you change suits at the 2 level. So you have to be in the first or second spot as an opener, right? For partner's response to be a 2/1. Because if you're in the 3rd or 4th spot, what? Partner has passed. So if it is a passed hand, or if there is interference either with a double or an overcall, 2/1 does not apply. One of the things that it is important to remember is whether a bid is limited or unlimited. If you open a heart and I say spade, what does everybody know about my hand?
You have at least 4 spades.
I have at least 4 spades.
6 points.
How many points?
6 or more.
6.
Or
6 or more. Am I limited on the top?
No.
Absolutely not. And is that bid forcing to the opener, who is my partner?
Yes.
Yes, on pain of being shot if they pass. You just cannot do that. So if we have a situation where we have a big hand, we have an opening hand, and partner opens 1 heart, and I'm sitting here with 4 spades and 5 clubs. If I have 13 plus points, what should I do? Bid the clubs. Bid the clubs. Because, why? I want to show my partner that I have an opening hand. I want to show my partner that we have a game force in place, and I'm showing my shape. He won't really know that it's 5. I said we lie sometimes, but let's make it diamonds. We don't lie as often as diamonds. Okay, so I would say 1 heart, 2 diamonds. And partner says, 2 no trump. Now, what am I going to say? I might bid 3 spades, but the truth is, once I bid 2 diamonds, if partner has 4 spades, he can just bid 2 spades. 2 spades, and then I can bid 3 spades or I can bid 4 spades. Does it matter which I bid? We're going to game, we're going to play spades. Does it matter? Yes, it does. It matters hugely. One of the concepts of 2/1 is slow shows and fast arrival. If we don't have any interest in playing a slam, no interest at all, I have stretched to say 2 diamonds, for example. I'll say 4 spades. I don't have any interest in bidding anything higher. However, if I have a good hand, not just a bare squeaker, but once we find the spade that maybe my hand's worth 15 or 16 points, I say 3 spades. Because this tells my partner I have not only a 2/1 hand, I not only have a spade fit with you, but I want to know if you're interested in exploring for a slam. One of the things about Standard American that I really don't like is that sometimes you just have to commit. You just have to jump right in there and try for a slam because you don't have this luxury of finding out things at the 3 level. If you don't play 2 over 1, you would have to say 4 no trump. Or you might cube it if you are into that. But 3 spades says, I have a better than minimum opening hand. What is your hand like? 4 spades would say a dog. I don't have anything extra.
Question,
Yes.
if your bid is 3 spades, does that mean you have 4, knowing that that could be
Yes,
4?
I absolutely have 4. Partner didn't open a spade.
Okay.
I would assume that he had
So
4
you're
spades on
not
his rebid.
supporting with 3.
Right. So no, I would not do that. If I only have 3 spades, remember, I've got other bids. I've got other bids to make. I have another suit to bid, I can rebid my suit, I can bid no trump, or I can take him back to his suit. So slow shows. And it gives us room, if partner isn't on a dog minimum, to say, for example, 4 clubs. Now what is that?
First row control.
It's a control, absolutely. It's a control. So,
Is that like a cubid?
yes, it is a
Okay.
cubid. A cubid, this is a type of cubid.
Okay.
Anytime you bid a suit that you don't mean, it's a cubid. An artificial bid like that is a cubid. So, partner might cubid. He might bid, what, 4 no trump. He might go ahead and ask for aces. Remember that you can cubid and then ask for aces, but you can't ask for aces and then cubid, right? So let's say that he says 4 clubs. And I say 4 diamonds, what does that mean? Control. What if I say 4 hearts? What does that mean?
First row control is one.
Yes, and what else does it mean? No first round control of diamonds. When we bid our controls, if we skip one, unless it's a trump suit, where it would be misinterpreted as taking us back to our game. 4 clubs, 4 hearts says, I've got the ace of hearts, I don't have the ace of diamonds. I bid them, but I don't have the ace. So, if he's sitting here with 2 little diamonds, what's he gonna do? He's gonna bid 4 spades. He's gonna say, well, whoops. But if he has the ace of diamonds, or he has the king, because he's gonna be playing it, right? So if he gets a diamond lead, he's safe. He might go ahead and go on to slam if he has the king, let's say the king in 1. But if he has 2 babies, no. And here's another, this is free, it's not part of 2 over 1, it's just a freebie. You should never ask for aces if you have a baby doubleton in an unbid suit. Because a lot of responses will get you too high. And a lot of times the response won't let you know if it's protecting the suit that you've got the 2 losers in. So you don't want to be playing a slam and they lay down the ace and king, right? So if you have a small doubleton, it is much better to start with a cubit. And that can keep you out of an unmakeable slam, okay? So by bidding 3 spades instead of 4 spades, like you would have to do in standard American, you have the luxury of describing your hand without guessing whether or not you need to go to slam. Also, a 2 over 1 response already tells a partner you don't just have 10 points. No, you don't have just 10 points. you have also a game hand. And so if you have a fit, then it's a possibility for not only game, but maybe for slam, and the luxury to bid it to come to get there. Okay, what if you have a hand, and I think this one is in your book, about in the middle of page 5. You have ace, queen,
3-2,
3-2,
king X, 7-6-5,
What page are you
5.
king queen, 10-8. 10-8.
Okay. So, this hand, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14 points. And partner has opened a heart. How do we respond? You actually have a choice. You can respond as you would normally with one spade. Or, and I think Larry actually likes this approach, fudging with your 5th club to bid 2 clubs with only 4 to describe your strength. Personally, I would probably bid the spade. I shoot any partner that passes a spade so I can get to the rest of my hand later. He bids, if he opens a heart, I bid a spade, he bids 2 diamonds. I know where we need to play, I think. Probably need to play no trump, right? Let's say that we had that hand, same points. Now what do you bid? 2 clubs, right? Very easy. What if you have that hand? What do you have to bid?
One notcher.
Spade.
A
What do you
spade.
open?
Open a heart. I have to bid a spade. I don't have enough to change suits at the 2 lot. So if I only have 11 points, I believe, I don't believe, even if you counted a point for the 5th club and got to 12, that you should say, I'm going to force to game with this hand. Because if partner has opened a 12-point hand, and you force to game, you might be too high. So I had a wise old partner once who told me, when you open light, you have to invite real heavy. That means to make your invitations, they have to be solid. They have to be good. If you've got a light opener and a light inviter, you're gonna reach disaster, because you've both taken liberties with the hand and you can't do that. So I would bid 1 spade with that and see where it goes. Okay.
Linda,
Yes.
is the responder to do a 2/1, do they need 13 points? Because you said you open with 12.
Yes. Let's say that I have that hand. That's only 11 points, right? But what's good about the hand? A singleton and 3 hearts. So this is the same high card points, but on this hand, I would bid 2 clubs. I think that it's only 11, but if your partner opens a heart, are you going to be in game with this hand? Yeah, oh yeah. So if it's good enough, when your partner opens the hand, that you look at it and you say, well, we're going to game with this one. Okay? Then I think you can bid 2/1 with a hand like this.
Because you can see your fit in hearts.
Yes, because if you count, let's say, will I go 2/1 with that?
No.
Why? He'll don't bid two hearts, sure as the world, right? I would bid a spade with the suit. It's not good enough to bid 2 over 1. So all of those hands were 11 points, but they're not the same 11 points. Having support for your partner means that you can value a singleton. Because if partner opens a major, you know you're going to play in that major, you can count the singleton and say, well, my hand has roughing power or trumping power for my partner. So that's a good thing, okay? So, he goes into how he decides to fudge with the 4-card suit, and I'm not going to tell you one's right and one's wrong. Do what seems most appropriate for you. Let's say that here's our hand. You hate bidding that spade, don't you?
No.
Well, I mean, you have to because you don't have enough to bid 2 clubs. There it's easy to bid 2 clubs, right? Just change things a little bit and your bid gets easier or harder. Come back and bid the spades later. If we don't have enough points to go 2 over 1, we have to bid that 4-card spade suit no matter how bad it is. I'm teaching a group that's pretty much beginner, and if I tell them if you've got the ace, king, queen, jack of spades, and you've got the 2, 3, 4, 5 of hearts, and your partner opens a diamond, you bid the heart. They don't want to do that. But my spades look good and those hearts look awful, and I'm afraid I'll have to play there. And you can preach all day about not losing a suit by bidding up the line, and it still doesn't go in. Okay, you have any questions thus far? Yes, Carol?
Okay, what if they open a heart and say you have, I was gonna say 10 points and 6 clubs.
That's a good question.